yet to suffer a defeat. But as they say in boxing, the O must go for one of them. It's not a match I would like to forecast. I think they're so evenly matched.
Joshua Filler wins the leg.
What I will say is that I think the winner of this contest will be regarded as the favourite in the final. Certainly not a certainty. Defend the UK Open title. Filler's got that chance.
Oh, great breakout to start here, Phil. As he talked about in his interview, breaking and getting shots. That's what Filler's trying to do.
And that was the case last year, wasn't it? Because in beating Francisco Sanchez Ruiz in the title match here, Filler's potting under pressure was out of this world.
Joshua Filler.
The ideal start for the German in his most recent contest.
Oh, an awful kiss on the cue ball.
Outstroke.
So we'll get our first look at Kaçi. Still happy the way he's breaking them, though, so we'll see when Josh gets back to the breaking end. And we'll get a look at this layout with ball in hand.
What a present he could give himself.
Yeah, a little light there. So he's going to fall a little funny on this 8. Kind of from nowhere as well. He's going to ask the cue ball to get clean, so that tells me he's going to play this at a mild pace. Not really working the cue ball around the table. And a big shot early. Key to this shot is don't baby it too much. Take a little more cut on the 9 if needed. That way you don't sacrifice this black 8.
Yes, because although we saw Eklent Kaçi miss the 9 ball last night from similar range, that kind of ball at this level rarely goes astray.
I don't know if he got enough draw on the ball or not. Maybe the safety's coming. And that's what we're going to see. Probably just slow draws up into the 6 and 9.
Yeah, use the 6 as a buffer to hold behind the 9, and this is clearly trouble. In his pre-match interview, Filler was saying how pleased he's been with the way he's been kicking. He'll need to bring that here.
Yeah, and he may be able to go to the side cushion. I don't know how much speed he can put on the ball going to the side cushion, though, because it does require some spin. And that's a good look at Kaçi, the brain, right? Not forcing it right there. He wants to stay aggressive and keep Filler in the chair, but playing the percentages. Now here I kind of like the soft kick, to be fair. Yeah, the 5 he can certainly make it, but the 5 can get in a lot of odd places near the cue ball. This is that tactical side that he's really happy with himself.
What a transformation in the rack. Rolls reversed in the space of 2 shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And really nothing to predict here. Kind of a lonely 6 ball up the table. I was going to say he would probably like some kind of full contact, but the double kiss wasn't it.
Extension called.
few fans here today, and I'll tell you, I think with Filler's win last year at the Copper Box, he kind of gained more fans, it seemed like to me. This is going to be costly.
Foul stroke.
And kind of surprising, just because the 3 did pass. I thought he may just follow to the center of the table and take the cut shot on the 3. Hard to question any decision that Kaçi plays, though.
Foul stroke.
Yeah, absolutely. And what happens is, just like all the greats, you know, he trusts his gut. He trusts what he sees. And, you know, in 9-ball pool, like many sports, you're going to go with your first look more often than not. And he just plays so confident when it comes down to the end of the event.
When the hit was made, the crowd applauded. But then when the cue ball came back up table and left Filler that too, the applause subsided. Right now, though, Kaçi must be sitting in his chair, extremely concerned, not merely about the one-sided scoreline, but about how brilliantly Filler is playing. By his standards, Filler's had a quiet start to the year. But in this match, he looks back to his peak performance. The scoreline is 5-1 to the title holder.
Just lost the cue ball on the side. He's going to play this lightly. And you would say a little bit of a light push out from Josh, but he didn't want to stress too much with the red 3 and the black 8, you know, tangled up table. I wonder if he plays a soft kick just to lay on the 2 here. Could hit it, try to hit it kind of full maybe and knock it away. Yeah, like that. You see how he played that with right English to check the cue ball back off the 2. That's some advanced stuff there, Phil.
No move not known.
I think he was just trying to roll it in and then play some type of mild safety. Now Josh is going to look at a combination that looks like it's pointed towards the bottom cushion, but you can throw this ball in. And what you do with that is you actually shoot the 3 ball in what you would normally think the opposite direction to make the combination.
Yeah, they call it the reverse plant in snooker. It's exactly the same principle.
Yeah, what happens is you just have a little friction. He could draw into this as well, but it's a full angle, so hard to figure he'll tear away from the 3 even if he draws. Wow, he hit it just right. You know, Phil, we always want close score lines, of course, right? Especially towards the end of the event, but you know, it's one thing if we don't have that closest score line when we see something extra special, and that's what we're seeing here from Filler. I think the most global sport we have. Oh, watch a golden break. Wow, we have it all so far.
I use this phrase a lot. It's like a millionaire winning the lottery. Does he need it? No, he doesn't at all. But the 9-ball goes in, and this very one-sided match becomes even more so. Talk about piling on the misery. Look at this. Smashing into the balls. He's been working out the break brilliantly, but you can never legislate for a 9-ball going in. Kaçi, he's just being trounced by Joshua Filler.
Sometime or another we'll get some stats probably after the match, and breaking runs are going to be up there. But what about balls pocketed, the comparison between the two, or at least at the moment? Look at that, balls potted, 74-13.
And the majority of the 13 came in the second rack when Filler saw that cue ball nudged into the top right-hand pocket for a scratch that cost him the rack. His only loss.
And Josh really hasn't even threatened missing a ball and given us any opportunity to tell you how tough the table is. He's making it look
Joshua Filler wins the rack.
pretty easy.
On the hill, just like that. The end could be nigh, although the cue ball is uncomfortably close to the middle. Every pot coming just the same for Filler, powering them in.
Yeah, just a touch of kill spin, not much. We'll just hold the ball here. Could have a little bit of awkward cueing near the 9, but should be okay.
Jeremy, I've commentated on scores, maybe hundreds of matches now. You've seen, talked about, played in thousands of matches. I've never seen anything better than this.
Yeah, definitely not better. That's for sure. I've seen a few that were close, but the thing about it is just how solid every strike of the cue ball has been. It's not just, we've seen players run racks and we've seen score lines like this in big moments, but just how crisp he's been every shot. That's probably the most impressive.
And he's totally involved and invested speed around the table. He's convinced he's going to knock everything in. He's convinced he's going to play every safety correctly. In his mind, he's the man. And who's to dispute that?
No, absolutely. And he feels like he should be the top-ranked player in the world, and of course FSR's earned that, but Joshua Filler, that's what he wants, titles and to be on top.
Never has the nickname Killer Filler been more appropriate. The German, the defending champion, simply dismantled the reigning Whirlpool Masters champion with one of the best performances you're ever likely to see. The final scoreline, 11-1. Simply brilliant from Joshua Filler.
Riku run pain, and didn't he? And that was a very scrappy affair. It's not all going to be A-game stuff. Oh, kick and stick from Eklent. Kaçi. Very good shot. Yeah, he's left a piece of this ball, but the cue ball control, Skyler Woodward taps the table in appreciation. That's what we call a kick and stick, folks. When the cue ball comes off the rail, hits the object ball and just sticks dead. Can Skyler pot this ball?
Extension called.
Doesn't look like he can. Yeah, you can see a piece of it. That's all. Got to be careful. If he comes off that right edge, the cue ball could come off the rail and hit the 2 on its way back up. A double hit. Also, Michael, how many times do you see a one-sided match and then the very next match turns into a grind? It's hard to get 2 games, you know, back-to-back the same sort of style.
Since then, he's got past John Morra, Imran Majid. It It was 10-4 over and out for Shane Van Bonen in the last 16, and then that win over Ko Ping Chung in the quarters last night. But what's gone wrong here, Carl?
He's not quite feeling it, is he, at the minute? I don't know if he's woke up late or had much table time practicing away over on the practice tables. But that's the third shot in rack one where he's lost a cue ball. Fortunately, this is a very easy jump shot. Got to control the white though. That was going to be the issue. Potting the ball, he couldn't really miss it at this level. Needs to play this into the rail. It will slide in the pocket. Yeah, that's fine.
We said it last night, didn't we? Hard to believe he's only 24 years of age. He has an air of someone of vast experience, but then he is someone of vast experience. He's been around as a leading player for really about 6 years now. A lot of big results in 2017. Became a Mosconi Cup player the following year while still a teenager.
Eklent Kaçi wins the first set.
You know, once you've got it dialed down, you pretty much know where the cue ball should go. But it's just the feeling of when you're behind the shot. And like I say, you're not always going to cue the ball like Joshua Filler did in the opening semi-final. Skyler Woodward, not had many chances yet in this match. Just a few little tricky safety shots, and now he's hooked again.
The extension, please.
Ranked number 24 in the world, but he will climb significantly off the back of this run. Even if he goes no further, worst he can be is 15th.
Two rail kick, make something happen. Good hit. You're not always going to get away with it. Some days you're going to leave an easy shot, some days you're going to leave your opponent a tricky little shot. I think Kaçi's looking at playing the 2-9 combo here, getting the cue ball on the top rail and trying to get the blue two going towards the side pocket. Things can happen here. There's a few things good that can happen.
Got there in the end, and it's a much quicker kill.
Well, it doesn't go, so he's playing the hook behind the 8 ball. Ball's got to contact the rail, which it does. Trying to make something happen. That's all he's got. Yes, and the start of this match is all going nicely for Kaçi. The only thing Skyler's done wrong so far was the poor safety on the red 3. That cost him a rack. And he looks like he's going to be going 3 down.
Yeah, you said needed to contact a rail. In the end, he contacted just about everything on the table. The balls really couldn't have fallen much more sweetly from that situation for Kaçi. So, nice bit of variety early on in this match. 3 racks with 3 distinct narratives. But they're all going to finish with the same outcome. And Eklent Kaçi leads Skyler Woodward in this race to 11 UK Open semi-final by 3 racks to 0. Now obviously he's going to improve dramatically now off the back of this, and if he wins the tournament he'll actually go second in the European Mosconi Cup standings behind Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
Took a gamble there, tried to break the balls out. Now he's jacked up a little bit and he's going to be playing the pink 4 brown 7 combo. He'll fancy making this though. I'm not saying it's easy, but he'll fancy this one. Oh, right in the heart of the pocket. Things are going nicely for Eklent Kaçi.
Yeah, you said he wasn't really on it in the opening rack, and that was absolutely fair comment, but really seems to be dialed in now. And this just sums up Woodward's day so far. He's itching to get out there and show us some of the form he produced against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz last night, but feels like situations like this are all he's getting at the moment in the early stages of this semi-final.
Foul stroke, ball in hand.
And now he's staring at 5-0 potentially.
Please start it. Eklent Kaçi to break, leading by 5 racks to 0.
Woodward, the last remaining American here, got to the quarters last year, already improved on that. His prospects of improving still further, receding rapidly. And a bit more so after that.
Yeah, this is just all going Kaçi's way. I said it wouldn't be like the first semi-final. I lied. He's turning out very much like the first one. Nearly made the 9 ball. It was tracking. And the brown 7 has come out the way of the purple 5. Just look at the table layout for Eklent Kaçi. The break shot again from Kaçi. I think himself and SVB are the only 2 players who are really going full pelt, giving it as much as they have got.
Well, Filner's win earlier, starting to look like a difficult tussle. Because at the moment, Kaçi is heading potentially for an even more comfortable win. This is going to be his 3rd break and run in 4 racks. And the winning line is starting to appear on the horizon. Eklent Kaçi now leads 7 racks to 0. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay, so the comeback has to start here.
He finally gets a look at the lowest ball on the table. Is it over the pocket? Is it easy?
Let's hope he can remember the way to the table. He's hardly been there.
Little surprised he didn't go forward with the cue ball there and play the green 6 in the left centre. Again, he's not had much table time, we know that. But now he's going to have to pull off an unbelievable shot here. This is thin with loads of right, and the English cue ball will be bouncing back and forward. So the one chance he has had, he has not taken.
So Woodward had his chance there. It's passed him by. When might he get out of that chair again? 8-0.
Foul stroke.
Well, he's going to get out very soon.
Ball in hand.
Very soon indeed.
And please start the clock.
I think it's fair to say it's now or never for Woodward. Winner breaks, he needs to come with a 4 or 5 pack, keep Kaçi in the chair. It can happen. He's going to need a little help from the pool gods to keep getting shots off the break. That's what a coach would tell you. It's one of these positive thinkers.
I know Jeremy's been talking to him a lot this week and trying to get him to think more positively, and tipped him for the title, trying to lift him in that way. Even when we're not in a Mosconi Cup setting, Jeremy still acting like a captain to the American contingent.
This needs to slow down a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. You can play it in the corner. That's the pocket he was playing for.
And when you're in a situation like this, you need your opponent to throw you an opportunity, and if he doesn't, then maybe you need the pool gods to help you out a bit. And they seem to be on Woodward's side there. It's Kaçi scratched off the break. There's always the possibility of that happening.
Please.
Something like that can come along to give you the opportunity to get a foothold, and that's why you can't let the head drop. Little bit of a test to get his first rack on the board. Kaçi got scratchy, and Woodward did the rest. Now, can he make that the start of a full-scale fight back? It's 8-1 in the semi-final.
Potting the ball, he's there, but he's got to try and find a window to get on the pink 4. This is awkward. Oh, very good shot. He's very good at that type of shot, is Skyler. Them thin ones down the rail.
Well, that was only the second break he's had in the match. His first since the opening rack when he came up dry. When we talk about great comebacks of the sort that Woodward is attempting here, we always use the word momentum. And of course, there aren't many sports that afford you the opportunity to build it quite like this one, because of the winner breaks format. And that said, that wasn't what he had in mind there in potting the 6, Carl.
Yeah, he's about a foot short of where the cue ball should have been. Now he's left himself a little tester. It's there. Where's the cue ball? Yeah, that's okay.
Crowd showing their appreciation. As I said, they haven't seen a great deal of pool today because both matches have been so one-sided. But still time for this one to turn out differently. We really knew. You actually used the words, Carl. It was now or never when he had that chance in the 9th rack. Off the scratch from Kaçi, and he's done everything possible since then.
He's not dialed in on the break, and it's a bit of a weird unwritten rule we have in the game of 9 ball. It's it's up for debate. I'm sure we'll get our head around it at some point.
Oh, it was a scratch which started the revival.
FlNALS.
Could it be a scratch on Woodward's side, which starts turning things in the other direction again?
We started.
Ball in hand. Very good chance this for Kaçi.
Oh, that's a great shot from Woodward. Really is. They're very difficult, loading it up with loads of right English. So it comes inside the green 6. He's made that shot look very easy indeed.
Before losing to Mieszko Fortunski. And obviously Woodward is still here at the last 4 stage. And still punching. He's given it a right good go. He was 8-0 down. Things looking a lot healthier now. Kaçi's lead reduced to 9-4. You can really get a sense of the spin and the motion of the ball.
Okay, this is a big moment now, because I think the 6 ball, the green 6 now pots. So there's no insurance policy for Woodward. He's got to hit this ball. Big chance of potting it in one of the middle pockets. That's what he's attempting.
Great shout, Carl. And if he does turn this around, that more than perhaps any other moment is the one we could be looking back on. The price for that not coming off could have been huge. Kaçi could have been on the hill at 10-4, and that could have been pretty much that.
Oh, it's gone slightly wrong. This, he's not hit the 8 ball thick enough. He'll take this on.
Please.
I think we all know this is the biggest shot of this match. This is why winner breaks can be exciting, because if Skyler pots this 8 ball, he'll be on the 9 and he'll just be 4 racks behind with the break. It's there, you know, it's there. He's on the 9.
Yeah, he was always going to be on the 9, wasn't he? He was all about potting the 8. Earlier in the rack, he was hooked, potted his way out of that. Oh, but he'd done the hard bit and then done that.
Well, Skyler Woodward likes to pot the ball with pace. Now and again, you're going to miss a ball because of that. It's gone safe, but the bank shot is on.
And the bank shot is delivered. Well, so similar to last night with Kaçi when he missed the 9 ball for the match so unexpectedly at the other end of the table. That didn't end up costing him that rack. But how costly is it for Skyler Woodward? Matches of this scale in one of these really big events. So a run to the semi-finals is a good return. He's done himself a lot of good in terms of world ranking, perhaps more. So the Mosconi Cup race, top of the US standings at the moment. And not entirely done yet in this one.
Yeah, it's simply incredible. This match, it has been all about Eklent Kaçi, but the second half of the match, Skyler Woodward had carved out an opportunity to give himself a chance. The missed 9 ball looks like his chance was over, but you still never know, do you? He's got a shot at the 3 ball, so it could well be another rack onto the side of the American. He's got to keep fighting here, because if he can win this rack, you win a breaks at 10-5. I know I keep saying it, but a little 3-pack to get back to 10-8, that will make Kaçi feel like it's hill. Believe me, I've been there. I've got the t-shirt. Another chance has gone. Has he got away with it? He's not. The match is there for the second time for Eklent Kaçi to book a place.
The extension,
tonight's
please.
final against Joshua Filler. It's a shame this, Michael, because even though the first half of the match, the game didn't go his way, look at that, he's missed 4 balls and he's had chances, it has to be said.
I like the tone that Eklent Kaçi struck after losing the World Masters final to Ko Pin-Yi. He had never really got a chance to get a foothold in that match. He was beaten 13-5 in the end, but he was talking in very positive terms and seemed to feel he'd given himself something to build on. And had the air of a man who felt there'd be another big chance coming up quite soon. Now it looks as though he's going to be in another big final tonight. Skyler Woodward emerges with credit. He made a fight of it from 8-0 down. Who knows how different things might have been if he hadn't missed that 9 in rack 14. But the story is Eklent Kaçi. I know he tried to blame us for putting him off on the winning 9 ball last night. But no mistake this time, Eklent Kaçi was in the World Masters final last month. Now he's in another big final in just a few hours' time.